Well, hey there folks, welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here and it's time for another beer review. It's a virgin beer review and I'm going to go back on some budget beers. So this is for those that are feeling the pinch, that enjoy the beers, craft beers, but they're really struggling to be able to, certainly to be able to go to a bottle shop or a craft beer bar and pick something up. But maybe even the £3 average price of cans in your Asda and your Tesco, Morrison's, etc. You're really feeling that. So what I'm doing is I'm just looking at some cheaper alternatives and seeing if they're any good. Now, if you're brand new to this channel, welcome along to the Hop House. We call that actually Hoppy Pale Ale house music. If you like either of those, or both, then give us one of those. Give us a like, share, subscribe to this channel if it sounds like your cup of tea. Okay, so first up I'm going to Home Bargains. Now let's have a little talk first of all about Home Bargains. Home Bargains and B&M, women love those bloody stores. I can't stand the places, but they're alright for picking up cheap laundry detergent and cleaning products and stuff like that. But, you know, my other half loves a trot round B&M. I can't think of anything worse. But yeah, B&M Home Bargains, I put them in the same as Aldi and Lidl. So they're sort of, they're the bargain shops, aren't they? So the places where you can pick up cheap stuff. Now what Home Bargains do is, I think how their business model works, TJL, is it? TJL Holdings or something? I think they go ahead and they'll buy some, in terms of beer, they'll buy bankrupt stock. So if, unfortunately, in the times that we're in, it happens, more and more companies are going bust and they'll buy that up. So we've had some cheap vocation beers in there. I remember I got the Oakham Ales Green Devil IPA for like £1.19 a bottle. Wow. Now some of it might be coming up to its best before, so it might be short dated. But you know me, I ain't really asked about best before dates. I'll drink anything within reason. So, Home Bargains then. So they do have some branded beers, and then they also have sort of come down the Aldi route of let's create our own brand. And I've had a couple of them. Remember the microbrew taproom things? So they've sort of scrapped that idea, but they've come up with another brewery now, which I'm going to review a beer from, called Off Axis Brewing Company. I don't think they exist. Now, it doesn't tell you who brews it for them under contract. They've put a couple of beers in there, but they've put some in recently. There was a couple in mind, but I picked one up. The other one that I haven't picked up is a chocolate stout called Not Terry's, chocolate orange stout. Now, I've seen, I think, one or two people review that, and at this moment in time I'm going to give a big shout out to the Witchwood Goblins and the Brewskis. How are you guys doing there? My two beer groups that I'm on Facebook as part of, and we just stick photos up of pints that you're drinking and stuff like that. There's some, obviously, Witchwood beer lovers on there, some more trad beers, and then some more craft stuff. So a big shout out to the guys from those two groups. I've seen their comments on that Not Terry's chocolate orange stout, and I didn't even pick it up. I just thought, you know what, blah, I just don't. I'm not a massive stout person anyway, and I just don't want to waste my time and money. Maybe I'll pick it up just to review it, just to put it on the channel so you can see pull funny faces, who knows. But I'll show you what I have picked up. Okay, wow, that was a long intro. So this is from Off Axis Brew Co. And it's this. It's called Hop the Light Fantastic. It's got a picture of an eye, and some fingers, and another eye, and some spaceships. It's saying it's a Hoppy Pale Ale. And it's 4.7%. Off Axis Brew Co. Now if I read it on the back, it just says, brewed and canned under contract in the UK exclusively for TJM Limited Liverpool and TJM Limited Belfast by Off Axis Brew Co. It doesn't tell me who Off Axis Brew Co are. Like I say, I don't think they're real. Right, let's get it out into the glass. I've got this. This is my first ever craft beer glass, and I don't use it enough, so I thought, oh, I'll dig that out of the cupboard. This blowing can is cold. It's been in my beer box, and it's more or less freezing at night time here, so I don't have to refrigerate stuff. Brilliant. Now, I've heard many reports of this being oxidised. I'll do it to there. So this is a Hoppy Pale Ale. Well, it's pale, it's see-through, lots of carbonation going up there. It looks like a lager or a cider. In this light, as I'm looking from at this end, it looks a little bit more golden amber colour. It looks a bit blonder from the way I'm looking at it at the light, but when I hold it away, yeah. We'd say golden to amber colour. I think the only haze there is chilled haze. It's pretty Oh, maybe there's a tiny little bit of haze, but I can see the shadow through the other side. Can you see me face? Right, should we go for some laser vision? Let's give it a jig. So laser vision, when we jig it around in the glass, and we see how the head reacts, and then I'm going to twirl it like so, and if you can see the bubbles chasing the bottom of the head. Nice little magic trick in beer that I like. It laces okay. It looks like it could be an okay sort of sessiony ale. It's 4 point. Is it 4.7 or 4.8? 4.7. So in this day and age, that's sessionable. You know, if my granddad was still alive, bless him, he'd be like 4.7%. Bloody hell, that's strong. Because he's used to like 3.8% John Smith's and Tetley's cask when it was good. But nowadays, this is classed as a sessionable beer because it ain't a 6-7% IPA or an 8% double or a 10% Imperial Stout. It's a 4.7% Hoppy Pale Ale. Right, let's get some aroma, stick that into there. I'm going to give it a whiff, see what I can sniff. It reminds me of the Jubilee beers from Aldi that were trying to imitate hops. It's trying to tell me there's some earthiness and pininess in this. It doesn't smell that synthetic. Maybe there are some hops in it. I'll be honest. It doesn't smell that bad, but it doesn't wow me on the smell. Now, bearing in mind this is a budget beer. This was I think £1.49 a can, £1.50. So if you, like I say, for those people that are feeling the squeeze, luckily I'm in a position where personally I'm doing okay. I'm not flush with money by any means, but the electricity company whacked our direct debit up and was absolutely shafting us for the electric, and now it's come down, and then you get that relief bit from the government as well, don't you? So it's really lowered our bills big time, so we're doing okay. That's just my personal circumstances, and I'm not going to go, I know I mentioned things about don't believe in what they said in the news in another video. I'm not going to go into all that politics stuff. All I'm saying is for those people that are feeling the pinch, and there are a lot of people out there, I know it, then this might be more along your budget instead of getting your £3 kind of vocational Northern Monk from a Tesco or an Asda. I mean, Morrison's and Sainsbury's seem to have gone up to £3.50 now, so if you can get this for £1.50 and if it's decent, you've halved your price, haven't you? You know, or more if you're looking at £3.50 beers. Right, I'm going to stop waffling now because I'm going to get this down the gullet. So bottoms up, down the hatch. That's alright, you know. Right, I'm going to snap out of this. I was expecting this to be dreadful and to pull all sorts of weird faces. I'll be honest with you. That's pretty good for £1.50. That's decent. I'm not going to say, wow, what a beer. But I'm almost that surprised that I'm on the borderline of going, oh, what a beer. I was expecting this to be absolutely horrendous. It's nicely carbonated. There's a little zing of carbonation when you first put it in your mouth. Then it's fairly soft. It's quite nice. Light to medium body. Some sweetness down the middle of the tongue. Down the sides of the tongue, you've got some bitterness, you've got some earthiness. You've got some sort of floral hop notes actually. A bit of bite. It does taste. It tastes sweet and a bit lactosey maybe. Oh, does it? Hang on. The more I'm getting down it, I think the more I'm... The aftertaste bitterness is a bit... Yeah, I'm getting more and more of it now. So, it's quite... I think it's trying to be grapefruit, lemon and lime. It's trying to be, there's certainly like it's more floral. It's like a elderflower. Have you ever had an elderflower beer, like that florally vibe? And I'm not keen on flowering beers. It's really got that going on about it. It's trying to be bitey. It does taste hoppy, but in a very, very, very strange way. Right, let's get the rest of the can in there. Looks like it's hazed up quite a bit more now, actually. Is that just chilled haze? Yeah, it's just chilled haze. There's no sediment. I don't think it was going to be a can condition beer anyway. Bit melony. Melony, actually. Melony. Oh, I wonder if it's got kiwi hops in it. I don't think on bars you brew a beer with New Zealand hops in it, are they? Quite melony actually, but it is quite floral, quite earthy. It's trying to be like a lime and grapefruit at the back end, but it's not, and the bitterness is a bit strange. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels to me, to my taste buds, like it feels like a synthetic, artificial taste at the back end. But the way that the beer is in the mouth, it's nice enough mouthfeel and everything like that. I don't think it is. I don't think it's that artificial. I just think it's a flavour that I've not had before. So, a soft, juicy ale that will transport you to the pale mountain valleys that are home to hidden battles between fruit and pine notes. There are no winners, just a satisfying conclusion that begs for further exploration. The hops are Talus, Eldorado and Citra. And again, it just says Off Axis Brew Co. Malted barley, wheat, oats, hops and yeast are your ingredients, so there is no lactose in it. It's probably about 5 to 10 times better than I thought it was going to be, so we'll get that out there first of all. Would I buy it again? Just. Yes, I would. Just. The initial finish on it was quite nice, then it went a bit gnarly, and now it's sort of gone a bit nice again. It's a beer that's changed 3 times since I've drunk it. It's definitely more melony. Maybe a bit of grapefruit in there. It's trying to be piney, but it's not. It's not succeeding. It's an interesting one. For £1.59 though, £1.50 was it? £1.49, something like that. It's damn sight better than the Aldi Hop Foundry crap, and it's probably better than those. What are the little 330ml cans that are in Lidl? The one that said it was a craft of American IPA job and it tasted like a best bitter. Those little 330ml cans, it's better than that. So yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up for a £1.50 beer from Home Bargains. I think I'd rather spend £3 personally and get something a bit better from a Tesco or an Asda or a Morrison's, but if you are feeling the pinch, it's probably worth £1.50. I'll give it a thumbs up. Not bad. Yeah, I'd buy it again. Probably knowing me, I'd wait until it goes on offer and get. If it goes down to like £1.09, I'd be like, yeah, I'll get a couple of them now, because I'm Yorkshireman and I'm tight. So my missus tells me. Yeah, thumb up from me. Like, share, subscribe if you like our channel, and I've got a couple more to do actually. So stay tuned. Back in a jiff. Ta-ra.